Hey guys, Chelsie Kenyon here with www.chelseakenyon.com. So today I was thinking that we could chat a little bit about branding. That is the new crazy buzzword that is just the hottest thing in direct sales and network marketing and kind of in business in general. And everybody's all about branding and you got to brand yourself. So let's get to the bottom of what branding really is, why it's important, and how you can do it. Sometimes, we might think we understand what branding is, but we don't really understand how to truly implement it to really make our presence known in social media. So, why is branding important? And by the way, I looked up branding in the dictionary, and it was really vague. It was like a particular type of something. Okay, thanks. That helps a lot, dictionary. Okay, so why is branding important? Branding is it's your reputation. It's about consistency and building trust. Okay, so let's think about some really big brands that we have, in our society today. And one that always pops into my mind is Nike. They have done such an excellent job of branding everything about Nike, all the way from the logo, that swoosh, to just being a household name. Everybody knows that Nike does sports shoes, basketball shoes, running shoes, all that sort of stuff. And then they also have kind of a high-end line of clothing. So if somebody's wearing a Nike shirt or Nike pants, they dropped a little chunk of change on that. Same thing with Nike shoes. And Nike has such an impeccable reputation of quality when it comes to their products that people aren't afraid to spend a little extra money because they do have such a great reputation. So when you're branding yourself, you have to be consistent with everything, and that is going to be your reputation. And having a good, consistent brand and a good, consistent reputation builds trust. And think about it. Now, if Nike tomorrow decided that they were going to start making high-heeled shoes, high heels, and tomorrow we just woke up and all of a sudden Nike goes, hey, we're not selling running shoes anymore. We're just going to go with this, with a stylish pump. Everybody would be like, what? Oh my gosh. And you know what? Every little bit of reputation that they have would be out the window. Nobody would trust them. Everybody would be like, what is going on? Nike's known for this, and all of a sudden now they want to make a stylish pump? That doesn't make any sense. And it would really shake people's world up a little bit, especially Nike fans. They would just die. And look at what happened when Starbucks decided to change their logo. Like 5 or 6 years ago? I don't know. Google it, correct me, whatever. A little ways back, they decided that they were going to change their logo from that mermaid-y thing that they have, like a sea goddess or whatever it is. I don't know. Again, Google it, correct me, I don't care. But they took the logo of her and they zoomed in a little bit. And oh my gosh, it was all over the front page news. It was all over Yahoo. It was all over everywhere. Oh my gosh, Starbucks changed their logo. They only changed it a tiny bit, and they didn't even change the whole logo. They zoomed in a little bit and people went nuts. And then they did it again a couple years later and zoomed in even closer. Pretty soon, it's like literally going to be her nose. That's all we're going to see. But in any case, you see what I'm saying? Like when you have a consistent, reputable brand and you make a little change to it, it can have a big impact because people are so used to that consistency. And you know what? When you have that consistency, it's really about comfort. People feel like they know what to expect when it comes to you and your brand. So it's really, really important to be consistent. So when you hear people talking about consistency and branding, it all goes hand in hand together. Okay, so now that we understand what branding is and why it's important, let's talk about how we're going to implement it and how we are going to create our brand so that we can create a massive presence online that is, like we said, consistent and trustworthy, because people want to know what to expect when it comes to dealing with you and your business. Now remember also, you need to brand yourself, okay? Not your business. So whatever your business is, you don't want to have that be your brand, because it's not. That's the brand. So you are you have your brand, and you and your brand happen to affiliate yourself with a product line or a company, however you want to look at it. So be careful to draw that line. You are not your brand. Okay? You are you, and you are your brand. Okay, so now that we got that cleared up, how do we do this? Okay, so first of all, I want you to think, have you ever watched those design shows? They used to like design rooms and stuff like that, and they would walk you through the steps of how to do it. They were really popular, 10, 15 years ago. I don't really see them around too much anymore. I'm just so busy. Maybe they're there. I don't know. But anyways, the whole concept behind like designing a room, and again, this is something I just learned from watching the shows. I'm not really a room designer. But what they would do is they'd find this really cool item, like maybe it's a really neat chair with a cool pattern on it, or a really cool wall hanging, or even a light fixture. And then they would design the whole room around that one piece. So that way you could still have lots of different interesting things going on in the room, but it's still cohesive. So in a sense, that room can act kind of as a brand because it's all different pieces, but they all work together. They all complete the look, okay? And it doesn't scream obvious things. Like, you remember Grandma's kitchen growing up, right? Grandma's kitchen, she decorated with, what, hens? Hens or ducks, one of the two. Oh, you had the little country border around the top. You had the hen utensil holder. She had hen casserole dishes and little hen decorative things, or maybe she went with the ducks. My mom did strawberries, that was the thing. And it was a very obvious, in-your-face kind of thing. That is a strawberry kitchen. There's no guessing. That's a hen kitchen. So now when we think of like decorating rooms and stuff like that, you want to invoke that feeling of what you're trying to get across without being blatant about it. So for instance, my living room, I like kind of that country woodsy cabin feel, like a forest, feel. But I don't want to put a cabin on my wall. Like, I don't want to put a picture of a forest on my wall. I don't want that. I just want to invoke the feeling. So my furniture is kind of rustic and woodsy. The colors are very earthy. And then I have a few splashes of like forest green and burgundy and stuff like that. And I have like a basket of pine cones and a really rustic basket. It's got some blankets in it and an antique desk that's very, very like rustic and wooden. So all in all, you get that rustic cabin feeling without me saying, hey, it's a cabin. You know what I'm saying? So can you imagine if I went to the mall or something and I found a really cool modern art piece, okay? And it was really clean and had some crisp lines to it. I don't know, maybe it's a sculpture of some cubes and it just looks really cool and it's like, maybe it's gray or metallic. I don't know, I'm totally making this up right now. But in any case, I might think that's really cool, right? But if I brought that into my home and put it in my rustic cabiny living room, what? It would look so out of place. It doesn't matter how much I like it and how much I jive with it. It doesn't fit in that room, period, okay? So that is how we do our branding. So let me rewind a little bit. Remember how I was talking about generally designers will put one item in the room and then they build everything around that, okay? It's almost like they use that item as kind of a filter. So they might bring in another item and kind of go, okay, does this item go with this item? Yes, it does. Cool. It stays in the room. It's not really going. Okay, bye. Get out of here. Let's look at the next item. And they keep, comparing and honing everything down till it's a nice cohesive look. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of 5 words that are going to be the definition of your brand. Of course, they have to be authentic to you. For me, my words are kind of like sarcastic, goofy, loud, that sort of thing. That's not everybody. You might be motivational. You might be laid back, relaxed, beachy, hey, you might be into fitness. So maybe healthy, maybe that's a good keyword for you. So you need to think of 5. And that is what is going to be the basis for your whole brand. So really make sure that these 5 are really, really you and really authentic to you and fit with what you are trying to do. And your lifestyle and what you want to portray, okay? So that is going to be your item. That 5 words is going to be your item that you're going to compare everything else to, and it's going to act as a filter. Okay, so let's pretend this is your branding filter, your 5 words. Every single time that you go to post something on social media, anybody that you interact with, somebody who's not necessarily a friend, but maybe a customer, a client, whatever, you have to put yourself, your words, your choice of words, your posts, whatever it is, through that filter. If it does not match one of those 5 words or fit into one of those 5 words categories, out of here. No, you're not going to post it. Sorry, bye-bye. I don't care how much you like it. You can't post it because it's not authentic to you and your brand. Okay? Take, for instance, me. You can see my YouTube. Maybe you know me on Facebook. I don't know, but, you know, I'm kind of loud, sarcastic, you know, funny, whatever. Now, if I were to all of a sudden post something that was very politically charged, that's not really, with my 5 words, political is not in my 5 words. So that would really cause kind of a disruption of my consistency. And whoever saw that, it might kind of cause a little bit of distrust to my brand, and kind of I might lose some reputation points. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. So everything that you do, you have to filter through your 5 words. And again, if it doesn't match, it's out of here, okay? Now, eventually, it may come to pass that one of those words just doesn't really jive. Maybe you take in a new direction, or you want to go this way or whatever. That's fine. You just have to take it slow, and you can't be drastic about it. Like if one of your words is motivation, you can't trade it for dirty jokes. Like it's way totally the opposite way. So unless you started out with dirty jokes, you can't just jump onto that. It's a little bit too much for people. It'll freak them out. Nobody will know what's going on. It's going to cause like some kind of Starbucks hysteria. I'm serious. If you do your brand right, it really will do that. So just make sure that consistent, authentic to you, filter that through your 5 words, and you are going to create a brand. And once you have your brand created and you're actively working on it, it takes a few weeks, especially if you're kind of all over the place right now. It can take a few weeks, even possibly a few months of being consistent with your filter and being consistent with everything that you post, everything that you say. It could take a few months. But it's so worth it, because a year from now, 2 years from now, people are just going to come to you. People are attracted to authentic, consistent people because they know what to expect. They know what they're going to get from you. And they like that. People like consistent, authentic people. They just do. They don't really like to be around people who are moody and all over the place and blah, blah, blah. Which I get it. We all got our moods, okay? I get it. But happened. I'm just going with this, okay? We're just going to keep going, right? I'm not doing a makeup tutorial, so I don't need special lighting. Literally, my whole lighting thing just popped in. I think it might have like caught on fire there for a second. Hold on, let me unplug this. Anyways, back to branding. You know, I was saying that we all get moody, we all get cranky, we all do, but guess what? Save it for your mama. Save the drama for your mama, for your husband, for your best friend, whatever. Save it for them. Ain't nobody else wants to know that you're PMSing or, you know, something bad happened, you had a crappy day at work. No, keep it consistent. That's how you build a brand, that's how you build a reputation, and that's how you become consistent and people will come to you. This is not something that I necessarily learned. Like I didn't read a book about it. This is just coming from my experience in the last 5 years, being in this industry, being involved with several companies, watching other people, finally putting 2 and 2 together. Oh, okay, I get it. That's the formula. So that's kind of how I came across this formula. And I've had other people try it and it works. So definitely give it a try. 5 words, that's all I want you guys to do. 5 words that are authentic to you. Write them down. I want to know, what are your 5 words? What did you think about my light bulb exploding in the middle of this? What is that about? And I'm just going to leave it. Who cares? Life happens, and I've already re-recorded this like a million times. I'm not doing it again. Okay, so comment below with your 5 words, because I really want to see like how you guys are seeing yourself and your brand. And again, just because you write down 5 words in a comment doesn't mean you have to stick with them. Work with them for a couple days before you settle on it. kind of see how it feels, give it a test drive. If it works, go with it. If you need to tweak it, tweak it. Comment your 5 words, and also comment if you have any questions. I love to help you guys. I love to watch you guys build your business, and it means the world to me when you let me know that something's working, or you know, a tip you tried and you know, your business is growing, all that sort of stuff. And that's one of my keyword phrases, all that sort of stuff. I need to start hashtagging that and add that to my brand. All right, guys. I gotta wrap it up and clean up this mess. Luckily, it fell into my shower, so it shouldn't be that hard to clean. What the heck? Okay, guys, you have a nice night, and I will talk to you soon. I'm gonna go have a glass of wine. See you later.